Okay, what's up, fam? It's James. Welcome back to the channel. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit more about Mama Rodney just for a minute. And yes, I know her name's Lindsay Neiman. I call her Mama Rodney. Makes it easier for people to understand who don't know much about it, right? What we read last time was something from 2020. It gave a little insight into her mind and how she thinks about certain things and things that's going through at the household. This next thing we're going to read from her was posted on the 7th. You cannot no longer find it. It was deleted, but we have a screenshot of most of what she posted. And again, this is one day after Kylie was known missing. And I would like to say the comments on the last video, y'all, were some of the most heartfelt things that I believe I have read on YouTube. People sharing stories of losing their children, their husbands, their wives, their family members. And if we gained anything out of that last video in them comments, y'all take the time to go read some of these comments. People really poured their hearts out in these comments. And it shows you that you don't know how someone's going to grieve through death. You don't know how someone's going to react. Those comments, y'all, they're touching and it really gives you a lot of insight. So if y'all go read them, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it really gives you insight to how people react to certain situations. All right, so let's get into this. Okay, so again, I'm going to read this. It'll be up in time for you to get screenshots, whatever you have to do. Uh, Also, midday on 8/7, Kylie Rodney's mother put out a statement on her personal Facebook page saying that the search in the Prosser area has been stopped. Her original post was deleted, but her statement was saved. Okay, so we're going to go to her statement. And wrong photo. There we go. All right, now this is small on my screen. I don't know how y'all are seeing it, but I'm going to try to read it for y'all. It says, "Hi, all. As many of you already know, Kylie is missing. Thank you for all reaching out with compassion and support. The search and rescue search in the Prosser area has been stopped." Now, this is on the 7th. "I was told that over 20 separate units, agencies were involved in the search, along with the CHP's helicopter search and county's friends and strangers who spent the day scouring the area. It appears that she is not there, nor is she at any of the local hospitals or jails. I know that so many of you want to help and don't know what to do. At this point, the most helpful thing would be to lean on any teens you know in the Truckee, Tahoe, Incline, Reno area who were at the party at Prosser on the night of Friday, August 5th. Ask neighbors, ask parents." And it continues to say, "We are still trying to piece together the night's narrative to figure out when she left and whom she left with. Anyone with this type of information or videos, photos of the party is urged to contact Detective Stephanie Freiberg at 530. I'm staying away from the social media, so best to get a hold of the detective. The police have promised that no one will get in trouble for sharing stories about intoxication. We know where she isn't." That would be at Prosser, right? Because for 24 hours they checked and then canceled it at Prosser. "I'm staying away from social media, so best to get a hold of the detective. The police have promised that no one will get in trouble for sharing stories about intoxication. We know where she isn't, but don't know where she is, nor do we have any good leads. Her friends have planned a meeting at the rec center in Truckee tomorrow at 10 a.m. as well. They plan on distributing flyers near and far. Feel free to show up for the meeting. Of course, any sightings of her car would be helpful too. It's a silver 2013 Honda CRV. If you have any friends who live off 89 or in the Prosser neighborhood with ring cameras, take a look for the car after 1:30. Needless to say, it has been a day. We are lucky to have friends in town who have been at our side since the morning and are carrying more than their share of this burden. If I don't respond to your messages, do know that I'm seeing them and appreciate you reaching out. Despite all the love and support, I just don't have it in me to respond." Okay, now I could elaborate on this and give a theory of what I believe some of these things mean, but it's just not what I'm here to do. I'm going to post these things, let you read them, and then get back to me in the comments because for the people I have watching my videos, I can tell you right now, the comments, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Okay, so we read through that. So now, see, it says The CHP's helicopter, foot traffic, we know where she is. We don't know where, or we know where she is not. We don't know where she is. Okay? They know she's not at Prosser. So these next images, what I'm going to do is my buddy TN Yankee, he actually found the tracks, foot tracks and boat tracks of search at Prosser. They actually had an app where it would tell exactly where you were going. So few people have seen this. This is going to give y'all insight into a lot right here. Let's go down here. So you see here in the middle, it says, I noticed two people marked by orange and purple that got so close to where she was. Now, this pink arrow, if you look on the screen, I put a pink arrow of about her location. And if you look, there's a person in red. They have the names on who done the tracking, right? So it looks like Abarro Sanchez was the red. He went right to the point. Of course, she was out in the water. He wouldn't have found her, right? The yellow was boat traffic. Look where the yellow boat goes, right to where she was, but then turns around and heads the other way. And then you have this purple. The purple is literally all over, right to her vehicle, turns and does a U-turn. It's just odd to me how right here everybody got close and then backed off, right? So we'll go to the next footage. This right here is the helicopter search flight paths. I blew this up. That is Prosser Lake. You can see where the helicopter circled Prosser Lake, correct? Just, okay, and I get it. At the time they were doing this flight path, the car was 14 foot underwater. But a car is 5 foot, 5.5 foot tall. So that means that from the top of the water to the very first part of the car would have been 8 or 9 foot deep at that time. And look at this helicopter going across this lake. The next image, okay, is another flight path. I have Prosser marked with the red arrow. They went across it a couple times, but it doesn't look like it was a big concern to them. Okay. Now look at this one. This one is key to me. This is another flight path. Look at the path the helicopter takes. Up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, right? And then it loops back around, and look what it does. Pretty close to the spot of where Kylie would have been. It just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's just surprising to me, y'all, that they did not see that car. And I'm just going to leave it there. You make with it what you will, okay? Now, this picture here, the reason I go back to this picture is because of what we just looked at, all the foot traffic, boat traffic, and helicopter flight paths over this area, right? Now, I posted this picture. Another YouTuber found it, but it ended up in the hands of Fetters. He's a YouTuber. He called the detective, and the detective told him that they were told to swim out, place a marker at 25 feet, and not go past that marker because that's where they believe the phone is, okay? Now, something I did the other day was I marked off 25 feet in my front yard and then 55 feet where the vehicle was found. I believe that almost any person in this world can take a cell phone underhanded and throw it 25 foot. So if you're putting someone at the edge of that lake and they're trying to throw this phone to get rid of it to where no one will find it, there is no way that phone is within 25 feet. Even a female can throw a phone easily 25 feet. If you're getting down to talking about a high school boy or a college boy, this phone is nowhere near 25 feet. 25 feet you can throw underhanded. You take a phone and you whip it like a frisbee, it's going to fly, especially in the hands of someone who can throw, right? So it's just crazy to me how you got foot traffic, boat traffic. Now we can see the paths almost to the car, turned around and you turned away. You got a helicopter just making pass and pass and pass over the lake. They don't see it. And then you have another helicopter in its flight path, and then another one in its flight path who literally did this back and forth over the spot where a car was. And we have to believe that they didn't even catch a glimpse of it, or the vehicle wasn't there, which goes back to the post that I've found from FMX Star who says the car was not there. If I was a theory channel, I could really go down that road because we have a couple, but I just ain't going down that road. I'm trying to put some facts out there and some information that y'all haven't seen yet, right? Again, I cannot thank you enough for the comments. They were touching, to say the least. Like, prayers for everybody out there who's been through a moment in their life right now. If you're 60 and when you was 10 years old or 20 years old you went through something like that, I know that that pain somewhere still in your heart. I know that it's there because I still feel the same. I look back over people that I've lost throughout life, and sometimes you really can't help but shed a tear over lost people. And to read them comments, for y'all to let me into you and share them stories with me, that's a big deal to me, y'all. That's a big deal. I appreciate y'all. Stay blessed. We have more videos coming. Like I said, I really can't pump them out quick and fast like everybody. I'm actually thinking of doing a live tomorrow, but like I said, I've never done it. It for sure won't be 7 hours. It'll probably be more like 30 minutes. We can have a real quick power discussion over some things, answer some questions. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Y'all have a great night. Stay blessed. I love each and every one of y'all.